What's up, y'all? This is Love and Hip Hop, Season 5, Episode 5, and the link to the full episode is down below in the description box. Go ahead, hit that like button. I'll wait. The thumbs up, it look like this. Okay? Alright, hit it. Alright, y'all, let's get into this. I ain't taking no notes. We're gonna go straight off the dome. Hopefully, it'll go fast. I don't know. You know how I get when I'm passionate to y'all. Alright, so, first off is Mr. Peter Gunn's old tired ass. Now, Amina is in the hospital in labor. He's sitting outside. I don't know what the hell for. He's like, I just made it in time. He walks in. She starts smiling. And he's like, she's like, you know what? You made it. You just made it. He was like, yeah, I'm here. She was like, but you barely made it. He's like, doesn't matter. I'm here. And this fool goes and tells Amina about the conversation that him and Tara had. How he needed to see if everything between them were done. And he kind of just needed closure between them because, you know, Amina being in the middle of it or his situation with Amina, it just made it even more complicated. Peter, your dumb ass did that. Okay? I don't know what the hell would make you think this is the perfect time to tell your pregnant wife who is about to give birth to your child, not even, the baby was super small, okay? The doctors had already told her that the baby was pretty small for how far along she was. And why in the hell would you think that this is the perfect time to tell your wife that your ex, your baby mama, you and her had a talk about your relationship and she said she's done. And then this fool gonna go and tell Amina, I chose us. She was like, no, you're not. You didn't choose us. Tara let you go, okay? Tara chose us. Alright, why would you tell me this, Peter? And I'm just, and she starts holding on to her stomach. I'm like, oh, please don't do this to this girl. She's like, no, Peter, you telling me you leaving me for you was gonna leave me, but your ex, no, I don't want to hear it, Peter. And I'm like, Peter, you is the dumbest motherfucker I've ever seen. What in the hell would make you think that's cool? To even make you think that was cool to go tell Amina that while she's about to give birth. I don't know what the hell would make you think it was cool to go to damn Barbados with your ex, your baby mama, and your two kids. When your wife is about to have her baby, you lucky you made it in time. Amina ends up having a baby. The baby was healthy. Thank God. The baby was very small. She was, but thank God she's healthy. Peter, you's a dumb motherfucker. I swear you are. Anyways, so we're going to get off his dumb ass. Next is Miss Erica Mena. Now, Erica Mena or Mina, whatever you want to call her, she goes to meet with Rich because they're friends now. She just kind of want to see, her career is going well. Everything in her life but her relationship is going well. She just wants to know what makes her, she's like, I loved you, right? And he's like, yeah, I know you love me. She's like, okay, but I don't understand how I just keep going through this. These people, I get into this relationship where, we have love for each other, but it's people from the outside coming in and just trying to mess it up. I don't understand. And they all, friends or whatever. And he kind of just give her, I don't know why she taking advice from Rich. He's like, look, you love hard. You have such a great personality, but it's that your career is based off your personality. And sometimes you get the two mixed up. And you need to realize when you out working, Do that Erica mentorship. When you come at home, realize what you're doing. So I mean, it wasn't bad advice, but I mean, it was kind of weird that she was taking advice from Rich. But whatever, we're gonna play along with it. So Miss Chrissy, she goes and talks to her man Chink Santana. She want to talk to him because they ain't talked since the studio session, and she wants to just, kind of apologize for him for all that. He's like, look, how are we supposed to be moving on? And you ain't trusting me. Like, I'm glad you apologizing though. And she was like, yeah, but really, I just want to tell you that, I kind of I'm ready to, I'm in love and I'm just ready to have a family right now. And he was like, yo, that's something I'm gonna have to think about. You can't just pressure me. I'm not gonna be pressured into getting married and having kids and stuff like that. No, I'm just no, I'm already married. And I'm like, oh shit, Chrissy. And this is where you kind of see feminine side of Chrissy on this episode. So later on, she with her homegirl, and she tells her homegirl that she ain't took her birth control in 3 weeks. Or a couple of weeks or whatever, because she went to the doctor and found out that she got fibroids, and if she have this fibroids removed, it could possibly lower her chances of having a kid. So she feel like right now it's crunch time, it's go time. And she was like, look, I'm gonna tell him, but I need to have kids. It's now or never. And her friend is like, look, you can't pressure him into having kids. She was like, well, if I can't, he don't want to have kids with me, then I'm going to have to have kids on my own. She was like, it takes 2 people to have kids. How are you going to have kids on your own? Chrissy, I know some people might not agree with this, whatever. I am not opposed to taking your ass to the sperm bank. You really feel like that is something that you want to do? Okay, is have kids, and that motherfucker don't want to give you no kids, or they don't, want to be in your life, they don't want to act right, fuck him. Take your ass to the sperm bank. I truly believe in the sperm bank. Bye. Okay, I mean, it would be nice to have a father there to help raise your kids, but if that's what's really in your heart, and your time is ticking, that clock is going, do what you gotta do. Okay? So she ends up meeting with him later, pulling up in her new ride. And he's in a good mood. She figures she wants to talk to him. She tells him that she ain't took the birth control in 3 weeks. He like, man, what? Like, I got trust issues. Why would you go ahead and tell me that? She was like, well, you married, and I want to do things the right way. I really want kids, and I want to be married. I'm in love with you, and all this goody shit. And he like, no, I can't even believe you would say, nah. You know what you just did to us? We had a good thing. Okay, you ain't took birth control in 3 weeks, and you don't think that was something you should have told me? Chrissy, let me tell you this, boo. You should have started off a little differently. I hope this was bad editing, okay? Because I've seen a lot of that on this episode. I hope that this was bad editing. You should have told him, I went to the doctor. I got fibroids, okay? And my chances now are lower for having children. This is something that I really want in my life. Alright, so I got off birth control. I should have told you a little bit sooner. But this is something that's really important to me. Okay? If he can't get with him, I know it's going to be hard breaking up, but well, fuck him. Okay? Bye. How you doing? Alright, so next is Sis Santana. Now, Sis Santana ends up meeting with Chrissy, okay, because Chrissy really likes Sin. So Sin tells Chrissy that, she's done with Erica, completely done. Erica needs help. Erica needs a doctor. Chrissy like, yeah, that bitch, she needs a therapist, all that. Yeah, she ain't right. You need to just move on with your life. And Sin tells her, look, I'm a little bit into music. I really want to start my music. And I have a brother that died. And I just kind of want to, he committed suicide. And I just really kind of want to talk. I'm going to make a heartfelt song. And Chrissy was like, look, this might seem like a crazy idea, but why don't you and Rich go ahead and hook up? All right. I know. She was like, yeah, Rich said some crazy things to me in the past. She was like, yeah, but Rich is cool. He's a good producer. Why don't y'all go ahead and hook up, try to do some business together? Now, Chrissy, she's been a little bit helpful and a lot messy, okay, because she just want to see Erica's face when she found out that both of her exes is working together with your messy ass, okay? So, Sin ends up going to meet with Rich, and he was like, what's up, Cynthia? I'm a little shocked that you even invited me here. Like, what's this about? First off, I just want to apologize for how I came at you in the past. It was wrong. And she was like, yeah, well, it's wrong, but, thank you. I'm shocked. And he was like, yeah, what's going on? She was like, all right, I know, things between me and Erica is done. Okay. But, I had a brother last year that killed himself. And I just kind of want to make a song about, the love that I have for him and stuff like that. And I just kind of a heartfelt song, but I want to take all the proceeds and I want to donate it to, charity for people that think about committing suicide. And he was like, oh, okay, charity. You can't say no to that, can you? And he was like, all right, well, we can do that, but in exchange, I would like, I got a new alcohol line, Gold 79, some bullshit. And he was like, I'm still looking for a model, and since you want to do that, why don't you be my face of it? And she was like, okay, if it makes sense, I'll do it. So Rich ends up deciding, okay, since I'm doing this with Sin, I need to go ahead and hit Erica up because Erica, is going to hear it from somebody and I don't want her going off and thinking the wrong things and all kinds. So I'm going to let her know. So Rich invites Erica over, which I thought that he went to her place or whatever, but she ended up leaving at the end. But he ends up telling her, look, I got this party for, my alcohol line, Gold 79. And, I kind of just wanted to invite you. And she was like, of course I come. And he was like, all right, now I need to tell you, your girl, Sin hit me up. She was like, what does she want? And she was like, she asked me to do a song about her brother, to help produce her song that she's going to do for her brother that committed suicide. And she just wants to go ahead and get this, make some money and then send all of the proceeds to charity. Erica was like, what? So you gonna do business with her and you can't even do business with me. You can't even give me my money, and I'm somebody that loves you more than anybody, and you can't do business with me. And he was like, it's for charity. Yes, bitch, bring it back. It is for charity. It might be a little awkward, both your exes doing some shit together. You're a little bit mad at Sin right now. Okay, but it is for charity. Okay, so yo, my throat kind of look a little off. Anyway, oh, I gotta do this hair. Anyways, so Rich is like, you know what? I just wanted to also let you know that the Gold 79, in exchange for helping her with the charity, I asked her to be the face of it. And she was like, oh, so you gonna get this bitch some dollars. Why not have me on the face of it? Okay? He was like, look, this is, she asked for my help for the charity. I asked for that in exchange because I haven't found a model yet. And she was like, okay, that's what you want to do? You just go ahead. I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up at that party. I'm going to see that bitch. I'm like, come on now, really? Erica. And that's why I'm like, he shouldn't have invited her. Or don't do this. Don't do this. And don't try to shade nobody when they trying to do something positive. Okay? Let all your emotions out another way. Don't do that. Alright, so next is Miss Yandy Smith. Okay. Now Yandy is going to meet up with her bestie, Miss Candy. And Candy's like, so what's going on with you and Mendici? She was like, nothing. We were happy. The baby's coming. Now, let me tell y'all, on the last episode, do y'all remember her, sitting down and telling Mendici that she pregnant? Now, all of a sudden, this broad is in like her third trimester. Okay? Bad editing, y'all. I told y'all around the first or the second episode that she looked pregnant then. But Mona, what the fuck do you be doing? You really be thinking we stupid, like we not paying attention like that. So, anyways, she sits down and she's like, so what are y'all gonna do? Y'all getting all these wedding plans and stuff together. What are y'all gonna do about him going what about this case? Okay, what about that trial? What's going on with that? She was like, we don't really talk about it because we just kind of want to keep things positive. She was like, well, you need to talk about it because what are you gonna do? What's gonna happen if he ends up going back to jail and you having this baby and stuff and you making all these wedding plans? Y'all need to sit there and talk about it. She was like, well, he doesn't want to talk about it. And Candy is like, I think he wants to talk about it. He just doesn't know how to come at you like it. I'm like, okay, bro, back off. So Yandy ends up going to talk to Mendici about it. They end up going out. And he was like, look, we can talk about this. First off, she tell him, Candy has moved back into town. He's like, oh, shit. Don't start listening to her. She was like, well, this is actually what I wanted to talk to you about was this case. And he was like, look, we can talk about the case. It just got to be positive. And she's like, okay, well, what happens if things don't go as we plan? Okay, what are we going to do? And he's like, look, I don't know. She was like, what if something happened to me? If you go away the case, I feel like I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be, a little heartbroken, but I'm going to be fine. He was like, yeah. And she was like, what if something happened to me? And you got the boys. I think you will be fine also. And he was like, yeah, I'll be fine, but I'll be heartbroken. And they decide that everything is going to be all smooth and kosher. Who's else in this damn show? Oh, now my man Cisco. Cisco goes to talk to Rich. Okay, they working out. He want to work off all that steam since he been pissed off lately. And he lets her know that, lets Rich know about him and Diamond and how, he let her know that he got a baby on, 7-month-old baby. And he also tells him that the situation with the baby mama, she don't know nothing about Diamond. He was at the studio one day. He came home. He found out that she had left. She had got a big ass moving truck, took all that shit out and was gone. And she moved to Atlanta and he hadn't heard from her for 2 weeks. So Rich is like, well, look, you really just need to go talk to her, kind of just figure things out. He goes and talks to his baby mama in Atlanta. And, she's a thick woman. But they sitting down talking and she's kind of like happy to see him. And he's like, look, I just want to talk about how I came home to you gone one day. My pregnant girlfriend was gone. My 5-year-old daughter was gone. Everything was gone. And I just want to kind of just talk about it. And she was like, well, look, you was doing me dirty. I got much love for you and stuff, but you was doing me dirty. And I ain't going to sit there and keep having you treat me this way. So, you know what? You left me. You would leave me all the time, so I left your ass. And he was like, all right. And she was like, I know, and you probably, got a girl right now, don't you? And he was like, well, yeah, I'm talking to somebody, but she broke up with me because I've been doing her dirty too. And to be honest, you know, she just kind of got mad about the kids and mad that I had the last one, you know, while I was still with her. And she was like, "What? What did you just say? You are really a fucking asshole." And he was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to be honest with you. I'm just trying to be honest with you." And she was like, "No, I can't even believe. See, you know what? I'm done with you. No more having sex. No more, you know, going back and forth and all that shit. I'm done with you. And let me just be me and be happy and do my own thing and find a man that's right for me." And he gets up and he was like, "No, you ain't gonna bring no nigga around my child. No, you not. Okay, you bring him around. Bring him around." She was like, "Act like you grown." I ain't grown. I was like, "Oh, this nigga." I had to laugh at that. He's like, "I ain't grown." Okay, now how you gonna be mad at her? Cause she wants to move on with her life and be happy. And he was like, "So you think you gonna find somebody? You think you gonna find somebody that's gonna do you better than me? Bitch, if you don't stop with that damn mental abuse crap, you trying to fuck her mind." I'm so glad she's smarter than that. And he was like, "You know what? You gotta bring around my kid. Do it." And he's going off. Fuck that nigga. Cisco, you should have thought about all that stuff before you start effing around on your first chick that you done been with for 17 years. For 17 years, and you mad because she want to be happy? Get the hell on with that shit. You should really, you men, women, you women do it too. When you go out there and you want to do your thing, you want to cheat and stuff like that, realize that you putting your family in jeopardy. And realize and really sit there and think about, is it worth it? Whatever. I'm done with this, y'all. Okay. This end up being a long video. Oh well. Okay, y'all know how I get. I get passionate. Anyways, thanks for watching, y'all. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Jazz Chapman. And 1K subscriber gift giveaway. Must like, share, and subscribe. Alright, thanks, y'all.